Hello, welcome to this week's Tax Chat, a program brought to you by Zambia Revenue Authority, a program that makes you understand tax matters. And today we are looking at smuggling, illicit trade, and tax evasion. To help us look at that, in studio with me is Doris and EMELDAH from Zambia Revenue Authority. EMELDAH and Doris, good to have you on Tax Chat.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we are talking about smuggling. This is something that we've actually heard of. And why is it a problem for our country, Zambia?
So, smuggling is the illegal importation or exportation of goods. And this means paying incorrect taxes or not declaring those goods and paying for the taxes as well. So the most commonly smuggled goods are alcoholic beverages, cigarettes, second-hand clothes, agricultural products, and even mining materials. These are high value or high tax goods, so you find that most smugglers target to maximize on illegal profits. This is a significant loss to the Zambian government and to the nation as large, as revenue meant for public service is actually lost to illegal activities.
Mukulondolola kuri bantu bamene sibanachitepo understand maybe kuri banti kuja tari amene such to understand kuti mwakambapo pali smuggling na ma goods ya mene siyafunikila.
So kulondolola bwino mchitundu chatu tikamba kuti smuggling nipa jangati mwaleta vintu mu country then novi chita declare pa border basi mwavingene sachabe kwa novi chita declare chifukwa cha kuti simufuna kulipila tax o chifukwa cha kuti muziba tivi vintu mufuni kulipila tax maybe iliko pa mwambako but mufuna mulipile ingono chabe vinango mwabisa basi mwashita chabe declare vingono ndiye smuggling iyo. So vamneti kambani vakuti kambiri magoods yamene bantu bamachita smuggle mu country mwatu muno mu Zambia ni moba, fwaka, vovala, salaula maningi na mining materials bantu bama vishita smuggle because hivi vintu vishita attract tax yambiri iliko pamwamba. So ndiye yamene imatandiza kuti na Zambia Revenue Authority ti meeting ko target yatu pa taxing vamene hivi vintu. So mupeza basi kuti bantu babisa olobashita and declare. So mukuchita so nishiboma izaluza pandalama yamene bafuni kusebenzesa kuma projects yambiri yamene bali nayo ma roads, education na agricultural sector. Vambiri vanu bafuni kuchita nishindalama siza kwana bwino.
EMELDAH, besides the outline smuggling where goods are brought into the country completely outside official entry points or border posts, what other ways in which illicit goods enter the country?
Okay. Thank you, Alice. So, ngatwalanda pali smuggling ngefyo mwaipusha inshila ishingesho bengishamu kesho batizamo smuggle ile ngimkasanga ni misclassification where ngabale talimbi maybe bale chita import limbi obwalwa instead wakulanda ati obwalwa twashita tuleleeta okisa mu kushitisha mu Zambia balanda ati ni juice, because when at that point the taxes are different, so they would rather use for juice instead of for the actual alcohol which they are importing. The other one is under declaration. Here they are, instead of declaring the actual amounts of the actual amounts of the quantities that are being imported, they will give a lower amount. So under declaration is one. The other one is under valuation, where instead of giving the actual value of the goods that have been imported, they will give a lower value. Anga filaba DORIS bachelanda, because tabalefo kulipila, maybe the tax that they're supposed to pay is a bit higher than ngabachita undervaluate ama goods yabo. Then in many falsified documents, Palepo Vale later they will alter the documents, they will alter the shipping documents, the bill of lading and the packing list. So they will change a few things there not to reflect the true picture of what is being imported. The other one is concealment within legitimate cargo. This is where maybe they are bringing in a car, other things. Yes, so that's another way. Another way is transit fraud, where they will say that these things that we are bringing in, ngabayingila ku border, whichever border they use, they will tell us fide pitafye mu country tafide ikala, because those things that are just passing through the country, that their tax is not charged. So they will say fide pitakofye mu country and we are not going to charge. So that's another way that they will do it. So they will say we're just passing through, but in the end they will offload and start selling those goods. The other one is ghost imports or exports, where they are saying they are selling within the country, but they will say no, these ones we are exporting, instead of paying the tax at local market. When they say, oh, we are supposed to get that tax when they sell at local market, so they will say no, here we are exporting. The other one is container tampering. This one where they alter the ceiling, the ceilings of the container. Obviously they will remove some things there. Yes, and the other one is the misuse of bonded warehouse, where goods are supposed to be in the bonded warehouse, but they will remove them to go and sell them. The other one is counterfeit of excise stamps, where they will use fake stamps to own the goods that they are selling. So these are the many ways that smuggling happens. Yeah.
Kuliko maybe any penalty ima pasiwa kuli bantu amene munga makambira magodzi kambati awe se tipita chabe tipita mu country, and you said no tax is given kuli bantu baso, but meanwhile bashita offload mu country muno, or maybe bana matawe ise mwe makambila pankani ni alcohol but bakambati ni juice, then machita find out as ZRA kutiva memanyamula aya magoods ni alcohol. Kuliko any penalty given to them?
So in that case, ngabalanda tibale pita, then twasanga tibale stisha. So the first thing that we'll do is obviously get those things and look at the taxes that apply on those goods, and thereafter assess them or give them the actual tax that they are supposed to pay, so that they make that payment to ZRA. Yes.
What are the effects of smuggling muri country yatu ya Zambia, Doris?
So the effects of smuggling are many. You'll find that we have economic effects, we have security effects, and we also have social effects. So just to expand on those, for economic effects, smuggling causes loss of revenue for the government. So like I mentioned before, you'll find that the government has got a budget for each particular year, and they need the much needed revenue. But with smuggling, it means that the much needed revenue for which is required for those projects by the government is actually depleted. And then there's also unfair competition. So local businesses suffer because of smuggling, because you find that those people that are bringing in smuggled goods will actually sell them at a much cheaper price. So there is no competition in the market, and this will lead to other businesses closing down and to loss of employment as well. Then there is also foreign exchange loss. Smuggling of precious goods like minerals results in reduced foreign exchange earnings for the country. So that's on the economic aspect. And then when we move on to security, you'll find that mostly these smuggled, let me just say smuggling, these networks are often linked to organized crimes and can finance terrorism. So it means that our borders are perhaps not tight enough if things are coming in while being smuggled. Then looking at the social effects, public health risks, you'll find that things that are being brought into the country are not inspected. Normally, our customs officers will inspect to see what kind of goods are coming in. Are they expired? Are they fit for human consumption? So on the public side, we can say that when you bring in smuggled goods, then that also poses a risk to the general public. Then also undermined consumer confidence. On this one, the influx of counterfeit or poor quality goods reduces trust in the markets. Okay, so when we have too many things that have been smuggled in, it also brings the quality of products on the market down, and people will not have trust in what they find on the market. Increased unemployment, like I mentioned, because of unfair competition. So those that may not be able to withstand the economic pressure will close down and people will lose jobs. So these are some of the effects that come as a result of smuggling.
Okay. EMELDAH, I know you had touched a little bit on this question that I'm about to ask. Maybe muku funo ziba bakagwiriwa abantu nabazedara paliya ya illegal consignments. What happens?
Okay. So ngafira nachilanda, the first thing that we'll do is we'll detain the goods. There will be seizure of goods, and these goods will be detained at the designated places that have been put in place. And after that, they are going to be tested for safety and compliance. Ngafira ba DORIS bachilanda pakuingila ngafya ingila fe normally into just stay at the border. There are some tests that are carried out to ensure that the goods that are coming in the country are fit for human consumption and also for the safety of everyone in the country. So the first step is seizure and run those tests to make sure that they are okay. And in some instances, these goods are forfeited to the state. They are gotten just like that without compensation. Then in other instances, there is recovery of taxes. So after inspecting, after checking, after going through the documentation of those goods, getting the values and everything, it's there that the taxes, the right taxes that should have been paid at entry are determined and also charged. The other one is penalty assessment, where fines are paid. So sometimes a fine would be charged as, sometimes could be as twice as the cost of the goods that they should have paid, the cost of the goods. And so this will have to be paid to ZRI. The other one is prosecution in serious cases where it's found that this is a serious offense. This is of course, every smuggling case is a serious offense. So there are instances where it's a repeat case, and there will have to go the route of prosecution.
Today we are looking at smuggling, illicit trade, and tax evasion. For now, we go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Today, you probably helped save a life. helps keep a watchful eye on a neighborhood. Today, you probably help put food on someone's table, or help build a road that leads to a destiny. You may have even helped shape the minds of our future. By paying your taxes, you help keep critical medical staff in a job, a school to run, or a neighborhood safe, and a whole lot more. Your taxes help Zambia become better for you and me. Zambia Revenue Authority. My tax, your tax, our destiny.
Welcome back. You are watching Tax Chat, and today we are looking at smuggling, illicit trade, and a tax evasion. Helping us look at that is EMELDAH and DORIS from Zambia Revenue Authority. For any comments and contributions, you can send them to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. We'll be able to respond to you. If you want to talk to a ZRA, don't hesitate to call on the toll-free line, which is 4111. EMELDAH, before we went on a break, you were explaining to us kudi bantu bakagwiriwa na aya ma illegal consignments. Maybe we can pick it up from there.
Okay, so the other ways, other actions that are taken once someone is caught is there is also public disclosure, because we are trying to promote behavioral change and just send out a message to the public on smuggling. So there will be communication on our media channels where we will give information on the goods that have been seized. And then the other one is a license revocation. So people that are found wanting, those that are found to have been smuggling, their licenses, importation licenses could be revoked. Their tax clearance certificates could also be revoked, as well as their trading permits. And the other one is destruction of the goods. This is where, in cases where these goods are not forfeited to the state and donations are made, in this case they are destroyed. And the destruction of these goods is there are procedures that are followed. They are laid down procedures that we follow as an institution. Yes, so those are just some of the actions that we take as the authority once we find someone wanting for smuggling.
Okay. There is no consequences about transporter. I mean, transporting smuggled goods mu country yatu ya Zambia.
So ni mulandu kulibea TI ine ndine driver chabe
munishiteko chifundo
chifundo sinizi vanava mnena nyamula vanuza chabe kuti ni nyamule hivi vintu basi nipeleke kwa ni mulandu. So as a driver you need to take responsibility. You should know what you are carrying, and you should ensure that you declare the right things that you're actually carrying. The consequences are that motoka yanu yanemsebenzesa ija kunyamula vija vintu tigwirira kumozina vija vintu, and then also tichajinga ma fines or tikuperekani ku court. So naimwe ba driver muzaenda ku court, mzaenda oluwulula kuja kulibea TI ine sinenzo ziva vamnena nyamula munga mangiwe no mangiwa imprisonment. So you need to take full responsibility. And also reputation ya company yanu kwa mnemsebenza na yeve izankala damaged, because wantu wakaona kuti munanyamulira baja vintu vinagwiriwa pa boda sibazafuno kusebenzesani. So reputation ya company yanu inkala damaged, and then business yanu ingavaliwe na yeve because vamnemuchika civilly correct. So when we look at Section 159 of the Customs and Excise Act, it actually empowers the Zambia Revenue Authority to seize any vehicles or vessels that are used to transport goods that are being smuggled into the country.
I think Mamvela, in order to avoid your vehicle being seized, mufunika maziwa ma drivers kuti vamene manyamula ni bichani, not kungala ignorant, bali vintu vane manyamula. It is very important kuziva vintu vamene muchita. Maybe mukufunza question inangu EMELDAH, which specific sections of the Customs and Excise Act are often violated in case of illicit alcohol smuggling?
Okay, and so the sections of the acts of the Customs and Excise Act that specifically deals with smuggling is, we have section 141, which talks about false invoices, false representations, and the forgery of documents. Then we have section 149, which talks about smuggling itself. And then we have section 159 concerning vehicles that are carrying forfeitable goods, like Doris just mentioned. So these are the three sections of the Customs and Excise Act that specifically talks about smuggling.
Nanga role yaba law enforcement agency in helping ZRA combat illicit alcohol general smuggling near Banji.
So as Zambia Revenue Authority, we work closely with other law enforcement agencies. So we work hand in hand with the Zambia Police. We work hand in hand with the Drug Enforcement Commission, Immigration, the local councils as well. Once bapezeka kuma border, bapezeka ku airport, kuma airports. So we work hand in hand, making sure kuti we protect our nation, and that everything that is coming inside has to be properly declared, and that the revenues that we are supposed to collect are the correct ones. So we work hand in hand with all these other ones, the other enforcement agencies that are found in the different borders and also at the different ports of entry at the airports.
Okay. Tax education intervention is ZRA is undertaking to combat smuggling near Banji.
Okay. So we have targeted taxpayer education that we carry out, and this we normally target our taxpayers. We also target the clearing agents, logistics companies, and also target transporters. So I am a program where we are trying to raise awareness on the importance of tax compliance. Why it's important that they make correct declarations and pay the right taxes for the goods that they are bringing in. Then also we emphasize in these taxpayer education activities that we have, we emphasize the role of each stakeholder. So we'll emphasize the role of our taxpayers, the role that they play, the clearing agents, the role that they are playing. And so this is what we do, and we work closely with every stakeholder that we need to work with to ensure that we achieve tax compliance.
Nanga bantu bangachite Banji report ma suspected illicit alcohol or general smuggling kudi ZRA bangachite Banji report.
So as Zambia Revenue Authority, we urge the general public to report any smuggling activities that you may be aware of. Your information is very vital to the Zambia Revenue Authority and to the nation at large, because in that way you are actually protecting public health, you are securing our borders, and you are safeguarding national revenue. So you can report to the Zambia Revenue Authority using our toll-free line, which is 4111, that is 4111. You can also reach our Makeni Enforcement Office on the following number. Please take note: 0977 898 861. That is 0977 898 861, or 0971 696 691. That is Lusaka Makeni Enforcement Office. You can also reach our Kapirimposhi Office Enforcement on 0971 281040, 0971 281040, or 0971 281048. That is for Kapirimposhi Enforcement Office. You can also call our Kasama office on 0971 281817. That is 0971 281817. Every report matters, so please ensure that if you notice any cases of smuggling or illicit alcohol, report to the Zambia Revenue Authority.
Okay. Imelda, what is ZRA's final word to all stakeholders on this matter?
Okay, thank you. So our final word for this session as the Zambia Revenue Authority is that compliance is a shared responsibility. And so smuggling, what it does is that it takes away from our nation the much needed revenue. And remember, it's from this revenue that the government is able to provide services, able to buy medicines that are needed in our hospitals, pay our teachers, our doctors. And so we were saying together, when we work together through education, partnerships, and by being vigilant, we can eliminate this vice. And also we help to create an environment, a trading environment that is fair, a trading environment that that is compliant. Okay, and so lastly, we would like to also say that all our services as Zambia Revenue Authority are free. You don't need to pay anyone. Our services are free, and also where you are not sure, we always encourage our taxpayers to come through, visit our offices, come through, ask. We'll be able to guide you through the processes, and some processes are very simple that you'll be able to do it yourself. Okay, and I think it's our obligation. Yes, it's our obligation to ensure that revenue is collected, our obligation to mobilize tax and ensure the wellness of our tax administration.
Okay. Well, Imelda and Doris, it's always a pleasure having you on Tax Chat, and thank you for feeding us this information on smuggling, illicit trade, and tax evasion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We've come to the end of the show. I believe now you have the full information on the topic of focus that we had today, which is smuggling, illicit trade, and tax evasion. Tune in again next time as we bring to you another exciting topic here on a Tax Chat. Remember, it's my tax, your tax, our destiny.